You know what? To be honest with you, tonight, I know each and every one of you was expecting from my man Jimmy Rave to get into that ring in a dark color match. I know. Unfortunately, Jimmy Rave had a sip from a water fountain in one of your stupid subways, so therefore he's been poisoned by the water in New York City. Jimmy, since right now you're able to perform in New York City, you can go to the back, my friend. You have been paid already by personnel. Have a good morning. Don't worry about it. Instead, I put my crew in there for you. Our wishes in there, alright? Our wishes. CM Punk! You got lucky one more time, my friend, by not having Jimmy Rave tonight. But my friend, tonight, my crew will end up taking you out just like we took out your girlfriend. Just like the way I sprayed you in the eyes and blinded you. Just like the way I had you in the middle of the ring in Jersey while Jimmy Rave carved each and every one of your stupid tattoos off. My crew, when he gets out there, I want you to break his face all over this ring area.
I mean, first the Rottweilers, low-key Homicide and Judas Smoke showing up, and then using one of their gang members and Rocky Romero, who's supposed to be in Japan, as an ambush, laying out the new pure champion Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal. Low-key, who's supposed to be suspended, admitting that he's the one that caved in Jay Lethal's face. But that's another story for another time, as Jimmy Rave, I mean, once again backing out, just like he did in Stalemate the last show in Boston.
You know, I'm not even surprised that the Embassy's trying to pull this garbage once again. You know that Jimmy Rave wants nothing to do with CM Punk. He knows how pissed off he is, and that he would seriously screw him up with that dog collar if he was in the ring with him right now.
Another BS excuse from Jimmy Rave.
Look at that, Jimmy Rave hitting the ring.
Oh, just like Boston, it was all a plan.
Jimmy Rave jumping CM Punk from behind, using the Killer Cruel as a distraction so that Jimmy Rave can get the upper hand here in the opening moments of this dog collar match.
At least, unlike in Boston, CM Punk had to wrestle Mike Cruel first before Rave jumped him. Now Rave just using it to get the advantage, trying to put the final nail in the CM Punk coffin. You saw some of the clips during the ring entrances of both these men. Jimmy Rave trying to scrape the tattoos off the body of CM Punk. Jimmy Rave hanging CM Punk with that chain at Stalemate. Jimmy Rave putting out CM Punk's girlfriend, Tracy Brooks, blinding CM Punk with the bug spray, defeating him in his own hometown of Chicago. The list goes on and on of all the things that Jimmy Rave has done to CM Punk. Can Punk finally get his revenge right here in this electric building in Manhattan?
Chopping away at the chest of Jimmy Rave, where one wrestler goes, the other must follow, as they are tied to one another by that steel chain.
The only other time we've seen a dog collar match in ROH was that legendary dog collar match between CM Punk and Raven back at Death Before Dishonor.
Talk about another serious feud here in ROH that CM Punk has been involved in, but this is a little bit more serious. Jimmy Rave has done a little bit more to get under CM Punk's skin, quite literally.
Well, before it was CM Punk trying to make his name at Raven's expense. That was back in 2003. That absolutely historic feud, a feud that changed the face of Ring of Honor. Now it's Jimmy Rave trying to use CM Punk as a stepping stone. Prince Nana, the evil leader of the embassy, the dictator, the prince from Ghana, West Africa, using all of Ghana's resources to build his embassy, using the taxpayers' dollars, taking money out of the school system and using it in the military, using it for the embassy. You see the Outcast Killers, Diablo Santiago and Omar Tortuga, the servants of the embassy at Ringside, the Killer Cruel at Ringside. He is Nana's bodyguard, and of course the beautiful Jade Chung,
the footstool of the embassy. As CM Punk comes running with the knee as Jimmy Rave hung up in the tree of woe. Without a doubt, we're going to see that chain put to use as a weapon during this contest, as it will tear open the flesh of both of these competitors before too long, and Punk's got his hands on a chair. And the chair, Punk trying to put it to use, but Jimmy Rave putting the chain to use, pulling back on it to drive CM Punk into the ring post and face first into that chair.
Well, I hate to give Jimmy Rave any kind of credit, but that was smart use of the chain right there. Jimmy Rave, he's been on a roll, and Punk is already busted open.
His head driven into that chair, the impact causing the forehead of CM Punk, the blood to start flowing into his eyes as now Jimmy Rave rams Punk face first into the steel barricade. And again, putting that chain to use as a weapon, just digging away into that lacerated forehead.
Jimmy Rave is a man who defeated AJ Styles with use of that air spray, that air freshener spray. He's a man who's using AJ Styles' own move, the Styles Clash, and he recalled it the Rave Clash and said that he invented the move. What a disgrace that is. AJ Styles, he had a one chance only to get revenge on Jimmy Rave back at the 3rd anniversary celebration part 2, and Jimmy Rave ruined that for AJ Styles. Hopefully we can see AJ back in ROH again one day, and you know that he'll be after Jimmy Rave. But right now Rave has to worry about a bloody CM Punk, and Punk is an absolute mess.
Pulled back underneath the bottom rope and back inside the ring. Jimmy Rave doing whatever it takes to work his way up the ladder in Ring of Honor at people's expense. Certainly at CM Punk's expense as of late, but Jimmy Rave has an entire army of thugs behind him, much like the Rottweilers, but the Embassy always changing, always bringing out new weapons of mass destruction. He's got Jade Chung in the corner to use as a mental distraction as much as physical, as now the chain just breaking across the face and the eyes of CM Punk.
Oh, Punk's a bloody mess. The difference between the Rottweilers and the Embassy is that the Embassy has all of Prince Nana's money that he takes from Ghana, West Africa.
And Punk going it alone in this matchup. He's all by himself while Jimmy Rave is flanked by the Embassy at ringside.
Look at Jimmy Rave though as he is just leveling Punk with those big roundhouse fists.
He's firing back. A bloodied CM Punk chopping away at the chest of Jimmy Rave. Boots him in the midsection, up the ropes he comes, but Rave takes him right back down.
Punk right now has that blood flowing into his eyes. That's going to hurt his vision. In addition, he is losing a lot of blood in there, Dave Prazak, and he could easily become woozy from that blood loss. And look at Rave using that chain in the mouth of CM Punk.
And just pulling back on that chain and using his foot for extra impact. A curse stomp with the chain right across the mouth of CM Punk. Right goes for the cover. Oh, you gotta hand it to CM Punk, overcoming the odds here.
This match can end in pinfall or submission. Punk, though, I think that he's more concerned with his quest to disfigure Jimmy Rave than he is to win this match. CM Punk has stated that he will disfigure Jimmy Rave.
Rave may be looking for the Rave Clash here. Punk trying to work his way toward the ropes to block it. Pulls himself up onto the top rope and kicks Jimmy Rave down. Shining Wizard!
These two are scheduled to meet in a steel cage match next week in Punk's hometown of Chicago. And Nowhere to Run, that is the name of the show. You better believe that Jimmy Rave and the Embassy are going to do everything possible to make sure that steel cage match doesn't happen. And with the amount of blood that CM Punk is losing right now, they might be successful.
Punk on a quest to maim, to disfigure Jimmy Rave for all that he has done to CM Punk. But in this matchup thus far, the only maiming is being done by Jimmy Rave to CM Punk. But Punk firing up on Rave.
Punk unable to use that chain to even bust Jimmy Rave open.
Rave sent to the ropes and gets met with the clothesline.
Can Punk finally get satisfaction and make Jimmy Rave bleed?
Back to his feet, gets met with the elbow. Punk takes him right back down. Back heel kick connects.
Oh, this is like a horror movie. CM Punk might pass out from blood loss.
Rave sent in, ducks underneath the clothesline attempt. Super kick right to the jaw. Cover! Can't put him away.
We've seen CM Punk lose a lot of blood before, whether it was against Raven in that feud, against the Prophecy, and even against Samoa Joe and All-Star Extravaganza too, but I don't think I've ever seen him lose this much blood.
His face, the proverbial crimson mask. Now Punk with Jimmy Rave. Maybe going for a powerbomb here. Rave trying to fight his way out of it, staying on his feet. Gets met. From dusk till dawn, now using that chain for the crossface right across the mouth of Punk once again.
Oh, that is just digging into the mouth, ripping the face of CM Punk, ripping the lips. Punk fighting for his life to get out of it, going for the eyes. Yes.
Goes to the eyes of Rave, frees himself from the hole.
How clear of a head can CM Punk have with all that blood loss? He's got to be woozy.
Going for gonorrhea, Punk counters. Going to butterfly the arms here.
Welcome to Chicago, perhaps? No.
Backdrop for CM Punk. Rave off the ropes, running knee strike, but no! Punk holds onto the leg! Single-legged crab, breaking back on the leg of Jimmy Rave.
a numbers game. Oh, and look at that, Rave lifting up the chain into the crotch of CM Punk. That'll stop Punk's momentum. Now he gets the running knee. Cover!
So very close right there. Only two. And with all of these members of the embassy at ringside, that certainly gives Jimmy Rave the advantage in this type of matchup. Of course, with that steel cage match looming on the horizon, nowhere to run. It's also nowhere for anyone else to get involved in the matchup, as they will be the only two men inside that cage.
Oh, you know that Jimmy Rave will do everything possible to make sure that that match does not happen next week. He does not want any part of facing CM Punk in the steel cage in Chicago, and Prince Nana has to protect his investment.
What's Rave looking for here? The Pepsi Plunge? Looking to use CM Punk's own hold against him.
Another insult.
But no! Backdrops Jimmy Rave off the top rope and down to the canvas. Punk has lost a lot of blood here, trying to regain his senses, regain his bearings.
What's Punk going for here? Another power bomb. Almost desperation from CM Punk.
Connects with the maneuver. Needs to follow up here, feeding off the energy of the fans here in Manhattan.
The blood continues to flow from the open wound on the forehead of CM Punk.
Pulling Jimmy Rave back up off the mat. What could Punk be looking for right here? Possibly another powerbomb. Yes!
He's trying to powerbomb him into oblivion.
And the steel chain down on the canvas. Jimmy Rave powerbomb right on top of it.
You notice though, CM Punk still not able to bust Jimmy Rave open. Still not able to draw blood from the body of Jimmy Rave.
You see what he's doing?
Just standing over Jimmy Rave and pulling him back up.
You know CM Punk wants to rip and tear that flesh of Jimmy Rave open.
A third powerbomb right on that chain. Goes for the cover, but no. Anaconda Vice.
CM Punk's made many people tap to this. Oh, and right there, Diablo Santiago.
Tortuga knocked down to the floor as well. Here's where the embassy becomes a factor in the matchup.
There's Tortuga. There's the Killer Crow before. What's Fast Eddie doing at ringside?
All of the embassy are getting involved in this matchup. FC Twist.
What's Fast Eddie doing?
Fast Eddie climbing to the top rope now. Moonsault, but Punk moved out of the way, and Fast Eddie collides with his own man.
Punk is fighting off the numbers.
Doing his best.
There's the Killer Crew. Using Jimmy Rave as a footstool himself to DDT Killer Crew. Prince Nana, he's trying to come up with some sort of a plan. All his men are being beaten up by CM Punk. Punk is on a warpath.
The numbers game not really paying off for the embassy in this matchup, as Punk looking to finish him off.
Prince Nana once again posing distraction.
It's causing CM Punk to take his mind off the match, his mind off Jimmy Rave.
Punk trying to chase that chair. Nana with a cheap shot attempt. No. Oh, Jay Chung's trying to give this a happy ending for the embassy.
Jay Chung up on the back of CM Punk, trying to go for a sleeper, but Punk slams her down.
Dave, Jimmy Rave just tried to cave in the skull of CM Punk.
The steel chair, swung repeatedly by Jimmy Rave, has earned the embassy yet another victory. And here's CM Punk, and now all these guys getting on CM Punk. Come on.
They're making sure he does not make it to Chicago in the steel cage match next week. Oh, get some help from the back. Get some help from the back. They're going to kill CM Punk right here in Manhattan.
Just holding CM Punk for Jimmy Rave, pounding away on the busted open forehead of CM Punk.
at the Supper Club, and then right back here at the New Yorker on Saturday, July 9th. Tickets for both events on sale as we leave tonight.
Good? You good or no? See, I'm taking you, baby. Easy, dude. Relax, come on. Hey, where's that doctor at? Come on, take it easy, dude.
I figured it out. I figured out your big plan, Jimmy. So you don't want to make it to Chicago. And I can't blame you. So what do you do after taking out my girlfriend? After beating me in my own hometown? After spraying me in the eyes with bug spray? You've tried to cripple me, emotionally and physically. But now, the one thing you try to do, which is really crossing the line, Jimmy RAVE, is going after my head, which is already screwed up because of you, but you knew the biggest injury I've ever sustained was my cracked skull. Your bag of tricks is laid out on the table. I know your hand. And in 1 week's time, Jimmy, you come to my hometown, concussion or not, missing pints of blood. I will get my hands on you, and there will be no Diablo Santiago to save you. There will be no Prince Nana interference. The Outcast killers are null and void. Killer Cruel doesn't matter, because you were locked inside a 15-foot high steel cage in my backyard, and I don't care how hurt I am, like an injured animal, I will make you pay. And I will scrape and claw and fight until I send you home in a box. So take a good look at your wife before you leave for Dayton, Ohio. And I hope when you step into a ring in Dayton, you take a look around at all the faces, because it's the last thing you're going to remember. It's Jimmy RAVE. In Chicago, I get paid.